Hey guys, and welcome back. This is episode 9 of Coachohaple. This is my weekly series where I take subscriber gameplay and analyze it to give you guys relevant tips and tricks. This week's gameplay comes from FTWHockey1, and if you'd like to apply to be on next week's episode, make sure to comment in the comments section of this video with your gamertag, or tweet it at #Coachohaple. Always make sure that if you didn't get on last week, make sure to put it on this week's video and just continue to put it in there, because I only look 1 week back. I don't really go back into the archives. So always make sure to keep asking if you want on the show. That increases your odds. And anyways, on to the gameplay. This is League Play Hardpoint. He's running with a full party, and he is on Yemen. This isn't going to be gameplay that necessarily shows off all his skills. I thought it was interesting because it seemed like he was a reasonably good player while looking at his stats in his recently played games. But this game, his team seemed to really struggle. They got off to a hard start. It just continued to go in favor of the other team. And so I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about some improvements. You'll see they really had the center hardpoint there. Great move. He's using the MSMC and the M8. Both great try-hard guns. That's awesome. I think part of the reason that he might not have done this as well in this game as he did in some of his others is because it's League Play. When you're playing League Play, you're always against better people, and that makes it harder to succeed. It really does. Usually I come away with a 2 to 3 KD in public matches, but when I'm playing League Play, I go negative a lot. It just happens. Anyways, back to the gameplay. One of the things I noticed right off the bat is that his team is just losing too many gunfights. Now that's nothing that is really easy to improve upon, but especially in hardpoint, I know that I have the tendency to rush in. You rush the hardpoint, rush the hardpoint, rush the hardpoint. And the more you do that and you just continue to die and have to do the 20-second trek all the way back across the map again every time you die, that really puts your team at a disadvantage. So make sure that even though time is of the essence in hardpoint, you don't want to be recklessly rushing towards the hardpoint. You saw there just a second ago he was trying to make a move for the next hardpoint, but the enemy team had it before he did, and he wasn't really watching his corners well enough to be able to defend against that. Here, watch out for the flame. I mean, he doesn't get killed by the flaming car, but I think he would have if that guy hadn't come up behind him. Always watch out for those flaming cars. You'll see here, his teammates are just getting shut down, death after death. And in hardpoint, it's not a KD-based game, but it really is hard to win if your team isn't getting the kills. You gotta have somebody anchoring to keep you spawning close to the hardpoint, and then aside from that, you want to even minimize the number of times that you die to keep that from happening. You'll see the enemy team is already jumping in window to go to the next hardpoint. He's making a good early rotation about 15 to 20 seconds beforehand. I don't know why that guy didn't see him, but of course, half the team rotated as they should, and he got taken out. Now he's got to trek 15 seconds all the way across map again. It seemed to me that even though he was playing with a full party here, that they weren't really communicating and working together. You'll notice that they're all playing lone wolf style. They're all, oh hey, I'm going to go through window, hey, I'm going to go through this side, hey, we're over here, I'm going to rotate, and nobody has a defined role, which in hardpoint it is important to have somebody designated for the anchor position, especially in League Play. And they just don't seem to have that. You'll notice that the enemy team is much more organized. They have somebody watching the right alley. They have somebody watching window in 2 corners, 2 different corners. And likely by now they have somebody else who is rotating to the next hardpoint. So when you're playing League Play, I mean look at that, he's just laying on the ground. When you're playing League Play, you gotta be prepared for that kind of stuff, and you have to be organized as a team. I don't see anything hugely wrong in the way he's playing this game. He's using good classes, he's got most of his shots on target. He just isn't getting it because the teamwork isn't there. One criticism I do have of the actual playstyle, he always throws the trophy system into the hardpoint before he gets to the hardpoint. And that's curious to me because, you know, you don't want to throw the trophy system ahead of you because you know you're not in there. You don't need to defend it yet because you're not even there yet. And that's gotten him killed at least 2 or 3 times this game. So I would recommend not doing that in the future. Here's another move. He keeps rushing the same left side. He manages to take out the sentry gun, which is great, and get a nice grenade kill. That was nice cooking, by the way. He saw there was a guy behind truck, he cooked it, chucked it, it was good. But I would have recommended that he maybe go up that jump up through that room, or even come around through center the way he is now, because of that sentry gun. If they, you know they have a sentry gun on the left side, you should continue to push right side. Push the opposite direction of where their best defenses are. That way you can manage to penetrate, take the sentry gun out from behind. Here's one instance. No. They saw each other, they were looking at each other, they saw there was a hellstorm in the air, and they just kind of sat there looking at each other. As soon as you see a hellstorm, at least when I'm playing League play, one of my teammates makes a call out, whoever notices it first, hellstorm, and everyone just like scatters like cockroaches. And you want to get as far apart as possible, you want to get undercover if possible, that way you can save some deaths. And you'll notice that by this point, their team is just constantly holding the hard point. They only have 1 or 2 guys in the hard point, but they have the other 2 or 3 guys set up around the hard point, which is earning them lots of kill streaks. They've just been getting lightning strikes and hellstorms and sentry guns over and over, and that's continued to keep his team suppressed. So I guess my main thing that I wanted you guys to come away with from this gameplay, if you're playing League play, if you're playing with a team, especially a team of 4, make sure that you have organized roles, that you have everyone knowing what they're doing. He kind of killed himself there, but just make sure that you're really aware, because you'll notice that they haven't got many points since the beginning of the game. They're now, what, 200 points behind, more than 200 points behind, because they've got 1 guy left side, they've got 1 guy on Iron Bridge, they've got 1 guy actually in the hard point, and probably another guy going around to rotate, really, or I guess not this early, not 50 seconds early, but just keep that in mind. Make sure to use that teamwork. Otherwise, I really liked the way he was playing as a solo player. He was making rotations at the right time, he had his aim on target, didn't like his use of trophy systems so early, but overall, good gameplay as a solo gameplay, not so good as a team gameplay. Just make sure to work with your team and improve a little bit in your organization, and you guys will be winning matches in no time. Thanks for the submission. I will see you guys later. Make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. And later. Hey guys, welcome to the end of the video. If you've made it this far, maybe I deserve a like. You can click that down below. Click up in the top right hand corner to subscribe to my channel. That'll bring you more episodes of Coachohaple as they come out, as well as some of the other variety of videos I do. And on the left is last week's Coachohaple video. That's Coachohaple 8, and that is on the Untouchable Wolf. He's another YouTuber. Great gameplay by him. He's playing some Kill Confirmed on Raid. And on the right is going to be a video where I talk about quickscoping and why it's not as overpowered and cheap as everyone seems to think it is. I'll see you guys over there.